Today we're going to be discussing some enrichments data that we are able to provide in Regrid thanks to our partners at Esri. We launched this earlier this year, 2025, and I thought it would be helpful to our users to do a little bit of a walkthrough of some of the fields and what you can do with it here in the Regrid property app. So first things first, these Esri enrichments data are calculated almost always at the census block group level. So it's not parcel level data, it's worth mentioning, but it is for the immediate area. Some of the fields that we have are an affordability index, a calculation of population density, median household income, and then we have some existing population and housing units growth and trends. We have both current data and also forward-looking data. These info tooltips can give you the full details, and we also have some information on our Regrid support site as well if you really want to dig in. But all this stuff is here, and the goal is really to give users a good sense of what's happening in the immediate area if you're interested in a given property. Similarly, we also have some enrichments fields that pertain a little bit more to the geographic information of the parcel. So for people who are in utilities use cases, we have this handy distance to transmission line. We have a roughness rating of the property, which is really helpful for anybody who wants to get a general sense of how rough a given property is. And it's worth noting, parcel level. So if you imagine you're on a mountainside in the Rockies, this would be 6, extremely rugged. And if you're in the flat plains, you would probably see a 0. We also provide a highest parcel and a lowest parcel elevation here. That is all interesting, right? Like, it all exists in the parcel details. Something else that we're excited to do is we have visualized a few of these layers in our layers UI, which is down at the bottom right here. I'm going to close the toolbar to get a little bit more view here. And so if I scroll down in my layers options, you'll see that we have 3 new enrichment layers that are visual. We have population density, population growth forecast, and housing affordability index. And so these you can start to see are symbolized sort of on this scale. And each of these that you click, you can see that there's this handy legend here that updates. You can close the layers tab but keep the legend if you're interested in that. And let's look at what this does let's choose population density, which I think is an interesting one. So I have this pulled up here. You can see that the high end is 9,500 people per square mile and the low is 0. Here I am in Greenville, North Carolina. It's nice to be able to see that, and if I scroll out, I can get a really good sense generally of where the population density lays pretty much anywhere I'm interested in. So you can see Raleigh here, Charlotte, and you can zoom out almost to the extent, it does go away eventually, but here you can get sort of a regional look, right? So if I go up the coast toward the Atlantic seaboard, New York City, Boston, etc., right, you can see those big population densities. Similarly, if I zoom into, let's say, Pittsburgh, right, you can see the density there. And so all 3 of these are really interesting to sort of look around the country at. Population growth forecast is very interesting. And for those who are interested in sort of real estate use cases, housing affordability index is interesting. As well, if you're an individual person and you're looking around for a home, right, it might give you a good sense of where affordability might be for you. So those are the 3 that are available under the Layers tab, and like I showed you earlier, you have the full gamut of those enrichments fields if you click on a given property, and they'll all be there for you to check out.